friends. Tonight's story is about a mansion that has been standing abandoned for decades. They say, when night falls, whispers echo through its empty halls, a child's laughter floats in the air, and unseen footsteps follow you in the dark. This is the story of a journalist who dared to uncover its truth. But what he discovered changed his life forever. Arif was a young journalist, always chasing mysterious stories. One evening, he heard about an old mansion on the outskirts of the city, the Rai Bahadur Mansion. Once, this place was the pride of the town. Parties, lights, music, life flourished inside those walls. But then, one night, the owner, his wife, and their little daughter vanished without a trace. Since then, the mansion stood silent. Locals swore the family's spirits still roamed inside, forever restless. Arif, intrigued and hungry for a story, decided to spend a night inside the mansion with his camera and mic. His plan was to document everything and break the mystery wide open. Around 11 p.m., Arif rode his bike to the mansion. The road was empty, trees leaned over like watchful guardians, and the cold wind howled. At the rusted gate, his heart raced. He pushed. Creak, creak. The gate groaned open. Inside, dust filled the air. Portraits hung crooked on the walls. Their eyes, though painted, seemed to follow him. His flashlight barely pierced the darkness, but it was enough to reveal broken furniture, cracked walls, and a grand staircase leading into deeper shadows. As Arif climbed to the first floor, he froze. A creaking sound, a swing moving on its own. In the middle of the room, an old wooden swing swayed gently. Beneath it lay a small red ribbon, clearly belonging to a child. And then he heard it. A faint giggle, a little girl's laughter. The room was empty, yet the sound echoed around him. Arif whispered into his mic, "I'm not alone here." He opened the next door. A long dining table stretched before him. Plates were still laid out, but dried blood stains covered them. On the wall hung a clock. Its hands had stopped decades ago, yet the pendulum swung. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Arif moved on, entering the portrait gallery. The first frame showed a smiling family, Rai Bahadur, his wife, and their daughter. The second frame, only Rai Bahadur and his wife. The third, only Rai Bahadur. The fourth, an empty frame. Arif's blood ran cold. By now, it was past 3 a.m. Determined, Arif descended into the mansion's basement. The deeper he went, the colder the air became. His flashlight flickered. Chains dangled from the ceiling. A chair stood in the center, shackles still attached. Then he saw it. From the shadows, a figure emerged. Its arms were unnaturally long, its face hidden in darkness. The air trembled as the figure growled, and the walls of the mansion seemed to shake. Arif wanted to run, but his legs wouldn't move. Suddenly, the portraits on the walls began to move. Figures stepped out, Rai Bahadur, his wife, and their little daughter. But their faces were not human anymore. Pale, twisted, lifeless. Their voices echoed in unison. "You have learned the truth. Now you will stay here with us. Forever." Arif screamed as the shadows closed in. His camera slipped from his hands, hitting the floor with a crash. The screen filled with static. Then silence. The next morning, people found Arif's bike parked outside the mansion gates. Inside, his camera lay on the floor, still recording. The video only showed blurred images, portraits moving, and the desperate scream of a man. But Arif himself was never found. Some say, if you walk near the Rai Bahadur mansion at night, you'll still hear a man's voice, whispering into a microphone, trapped forever in the darkness.
Phantom Files.